I'm Sarah Brigham and I'm directing The Little Mermaid by Mike Kinney. The Little Mermaid is based on the original fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen, but what Mike's done with it is he introduces two characters called Flotsam and Jetsam, who are essentially, they're kind of timeless characters who live at the bottom of the sea. They come and they decide to tell us the story of the Little Mermaid, and as they tell the story of the Little Mermaid, they become the characters. So they play the Little Mermaid and the Prince, but they also play the grandmother of the Little Mermaid, they play the six sisters, and through very clever storytelling they tell the entire fairy tale. And the story follows the natural fairy tale, but it's also about their growing up, about them realising about love and loss and identity and how things change. So it's as much about them as it is about the story that they're telling. And through telling the story, they discover who they are and what their relationship to the world is.
Far out in the ocean, the water is blue.
Blue as the bluest cornflower.
And clear.
Very clear. Clear as the purest crystal.
It's deep.
Very deep. So deep. This deep. Even deeper than that.
If you stand on my shoulders.
And then you stand on my shoulders.
And then you stand on my shoulders.
And so on.
And so on.
You'd fall off.
Yes. You'd fall off.
When I read The Little Mermaid, it just jumped out really. The relationship between the two characters is really beautiful and magical, but at the same time it's a really exciting adventure for boys and girls. It's very different to the version that probably lots of people know through Disney. It's the original version, based on the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. And it's just a really exciting adventure with love and loss and transformation and all of that. And I just thought there was lots of opportunity for some great physical stuff to happen, but also some really tender moments. And essentially, I think it'll be a brilliant piece of theatre for children and young people.
Watches the ship that goes sail somewhere beyond the sea. She's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high.
I want this to be a real relationship between the children and the actors, so they really feel like they're in the story and that the story is really exciting for them and it's not some far distant off thing. So what we've done is we've brought the audience right onto stage, so we're only seated 150 and they're going to be really close to the action. And then the designer, Ali Allen, has created an underwater paradise, really, an underwater world in which all of these stories can emerge. So there's a sunken boat and a sunken piano at the bottom of the ocean. It's as if things have just fallen from shipwrecks and sunk into the seabed. And from on this kind of almost wreck that's at the bottom of the ocean, the actors tell the story. There's
down the bottom of the ocean live the sea folk. Now, don't think that there's nothing but bare white sand down here. There are forests of plants that wave in the waters like trees in the breeze, and fishes, small ones and large ones, that glide in and out like birds in the branches of the trees in the world above. And in the very deepest part of all
is the Palace of the Sea King.
This is the original, it's based on the original fairy tale as opposed to the Disney fairy tale. But it's very cleverly handled. You know, in the original fairy tale, the mermaid doesn't win the prince. They do kind of fall in love, but he then goes and marries a princess who he thinks has saved him from the sea. And the writer deals with that really cleverly. And I think the children will really enjoy hearing the real fairy tale and finding its magic.